It's the starting five. I'm Yaron Weitzman. We are here after the trade deadline. The deal zone window has closed, and the mega deal we were all waiting for, the Ben Simmons, Joel Embiid trade, has gone through. Here are five winners from that trade. Winner number one has got to be Daryl Morey. He held out for 8 months, even with lots of people, myself included, thought he should have just cashed in Simmons for whatever he could have gotten. Maybe a Tyrese Halliburton package, maybe something from the Timberwolves. Who knows what else was out there? Maybe John Collins from the Hawks. And throughout it all, Morey held strong, saying he wouldn't trade Simmons for anyone but a superstar, and that eventually a superstar would become available. Morey, it turns out, was right. He gets his guy, James Harden, and he adds Harden to a team that is in contention still for the top spot in the Eastern Conference. The pairing of Harden and Embiid gives the Sixers the best team they've had really in decades. You've got to give Morey kudos for how he handled this whole situation. Winner number two, it has got to be James Harden. He gets to go where he wants, gets to reunite with his guy Daryl Morey, and gets to play alongside Joel Embiid, who's probably the best player that he's ever been a teammate with. Now, a caveat here, Harden has to prove that he can play alongside another superstar. You can pretty much put together a Hall of Fame starting lineup with the players who Harden has clashed with: Dwight Howard, Chris Paul, Russell Westbrook, now Durant and Kyrie Irving. But there's no doubting just how good Harden is. Now, the fit in Philadelphia is going to take some getting used to. He's going to have to figure out what he's going to do when Joel Embiid is posting up. Embiid is going to have to figure out what he's going to do when James Harden is dancing with the ball up top. But the two of them gives the Sixers two top 15 players and makes them one of the favorites to come out of the East. Number three, Ben Simmons, who gets exactly what he wants and gets to go to a situation where he can thrive. He gets to play alongside scorers like Kevin Durant and hopefully, or at most times, depending if they're home or on the road, Kyrie Irving, meaning he can focus on things like guarding opposing top guns, pushing the ball, and just doing his thing on offense. He doesn't have to worry about creating shots. He doesn't have to worry about the spotlight being on him. Brooklyn also, despite being in New York City, is covered more like a small market team. That's something that should benefit Simmons as well. Of course, we have to see what Simmons looks like when he does return to the court, but all indications out of Philadelphia is that he's in good shape and has been working on his game in the months out. Either way, Brooklyn is a perfect fit for him, and it should be a blast watching Simmons fitting in with this group. Winner number four, it has to be Joel Embiid. Not only is Harden the best and most talented player that he will have ever played with, but he's only the second elite perimeter scorer that Embiid is paired with. The other was Jimmy Butler, and that partnership was short-lived. Again, the Embiid-Harden combo is not going to be a perfect fit. They're going to have to figure out how to play alongside one another, what to do when the other has the ball. But considering how great Embiid has been this year and how he has elevated the Sixers all by himself to the top of the Eastern Conference standings, the idea of pairing him alongside another player who can finally help him get that championship is something that you know he's thrilled about. Number five, Kevin Durant. Sure, it's not exactly a great look or an ideal situation that a player who he basically traded for, again, nothing in the Nets organization happens without Durant's sign-off, meaning we know he signed off on the Harden trade last season, and that player now is bolting on the situation, probably not something Durant is thrilled about. But I think Simmons is actually a better fit alongside Durant and can help Durant get further this season. One issue for the Nets this season has been their lack of perimeter defenders, guys who can guard opposing top scorers. That has left a lot of that burden on Durant since he's been the only guy who can fill that role. Simmons now can do that for Durant and allow Durant to rest a little more on defense and save more energy for offense. Combine all that with Simmons' style of play and the fact that the Nets get a great shooter in Seth Curry in this deal, and I actually think that the fit around Durant and the rest of the Nets is better, and that the Nets are better today than they were yesterday. Yeah, they're going to have to go through the Sixers now, and it will be so much fun if these two teams meet up in the playoffs. But if you're asking me, the team that Durant has around him is now more primed to win a championship than it was a week before. That's your starting five. I'm Yaron Weitzman. For more news, analysis, and breakdowns of this trade from all angles, be sure to check us out at the Fox Sports app. Otherwise, keep your eyes peeled here for more great NBA coverage.